Hello guys, so today is day 2 of Seoul and we had a really restful night and it was really needed, so I'm glad that we didn't go and visit that temple this morning. And the reason why I'm not wearing any makeup is because we are going to do the color analysis, and they ask you like to don't wear turtlenecks, don't wear any makeup, don't wear colored lenses, so that's why it's like bare face. And the jet lag is really hitting us, so I hope like it will still be relevant because, well, you can see that I look really tired, and the weather today is not really the greatest. So as you can see, it looks like it might rain, and honestly, according to the weather forecast, I think it will. I'm just hoping that it won't really be pouring in the afternoon because we really want to go to the Namsan Tower today. Our scale is pretty packed, so we just like really want to do the max that we can and not really alter too much of our planning. And since like Namsan Tower is going to take quite a while to hike up and just like enjoy the view and then come back down, we just want to get it done today if possible, so we'll see.
First, we started by getting some explanations about the colors and seasons, and then they used like a small machine on our faces to check for redness, which helped determine whether we have warm or cool undertones. And turns out both Vicky and I should look for cool tone foundation shades between 17 and 19 in Korean makeup. She also tried out the warm and cool tones on me first, but the warm tones did bring out more redness and added a bit more shadows to my face. And on the other hand, the cool tone cancelled out the redness better and made my skin look even clearer and more even. Then we checked to see if I suited more summer or winter colors, and the winter pink made me look even redder, while the summer pink made my skin look fresh and clear. The softer, less vivid colors were already a better fit for me, but the deeper winter shades casted just way too many shadows on my face, making them too dark and too intense overall. So it turns out lighter and softer colors suit me better. The more vivid the colors are, the paler I looked, and the shadows on my face stood out even more. And the colors that I mixed with black, with them I just ended up looking like a ghost, so I needed to look for colors that have mixed in either white, which is the best option for me, or gray if I wanted to be a little bit kind of darker. And the more vivid we went with the colors and darker, the worse it was getting. That's why my best colors are Summer Light. And my second best palette is Summer Muted because it's actually a really close second, even though Summer Light suits me a little better. But here are my worst colors, and as you can see, my face turns a little bit duller, redder, more yellow, and I have more shadows. And I swear that in person, I was actually flabbergasted by the difference. And here is the moment I realized that black is really not my color. My mom has told me a few times that it doesn't suit me, and after doing my color analysis, I can totally see it, especially without any makeup and accessories to help balance it out. And of course, black is the color that I own the most, so that's something I'll try to change in the future. And you guys, we were all super curious to see if Vicky is going to end up with the same palette as me. And so she was also a cool tone because the warmer shades didn't suit her as well. And you could especially see it around her eyes and lip area. And same thing, vivid colors were also way too vivid for her. and they made her face look even redder and more bumpy. And the cool thing actually about this color analysis compared to Vicky's is that the true colors look just as great as the summer shades, especially the purple and pink ones. I know that the lady that was doing our color analysis was even a bit unsure at first with which palette suited her best. The true pink and purple looked amazing and maybe even a little bit better than the lighter shades. But overall, the summer light colors just seemed to work better than the ones from the true palette. So here it turns out her best palette is also summer light, but she also looks amazing in a lot of true summer colors. So I'd say her second best is true summer palette, and like me with more muted tones. So we have a different one for second palette. And the biggest difference we noticed was our worst color palette. So for Vicky, muted colors just didn't really work because they lacked brightness. But for me, it's more about the saturation and the vividness of the colors that really stood out. With the more vivid I was going, the worse it looked on me. So in the end, our biggest differences are in our worst colors. So my worst colors are bright and bold, while Vicky's are dark and grayish tones. And that actually explains why I don't borrow some things from her wardrobe and why she doesn't always take my stuff. And another difference is that Vicky can actually wear navy, because since darker colors do suit her a bit better than me, she can still opt for the navy, and that's great because we do own a lot of navy stuff. So we just got this strawberry mochi and Vicky's going to try one of them.
And she just made them.
Yeah, she just when we asked for them, she just made it on the spot, so it's super fresh. I think she was just setting up her stall, so that's honestly awesome. And since we are done with our color analysis, we just thought that we would just go and grab some food and do some shopping. So as you've seen, we've been to Olivion. So what do you think? Can you? Yeah, look at that. So on a scale from 1 to 10?
10. Because it's so fresh. So we just got food and it was so yummy, and then we followed up with, I think it's a lavender latte. Vicky found it. What did you think about the latte? It was really good. It's super pretty. They put a lot of effort.
And I think it was super sweet at first, but then it kind of tasted better along the way. But just the vibes, it was really great. Really recommend, if you'll be here in Namsan, to go to the restaurant and to the cafe.
So now we are trying to find a way to hike to the Namsan Tower so we can actually see it. But when I was looking online, everyone was like, it kind of makes sense, where is the entrance and where you kind of need to start your hike. But knowing my sense of direction, I don't know if we'll be able to find it. Otherwise, we'll need to ask someone where to go. But we can see it. So I think like we are going through like the right spot. Just need to find the entrance and then hopefully we'll get there. Keep you updated. So guys, it's actually super steep. I know a lot of people say it, but since we're jet lagged and actually really tired, I think we kind of overestimated ourselves for day 2. But otherwise, like, it's right next to the university. We have these cute lanterns. Hopefully we're going the right way. At least we're just going up and hoping for the best. We just keep going up, hoping to get there, because you had like the first sign saying here's the entrance to the trail, and then you had nothing more. And we are on the Dongguk University campus, and all the maps are kind of related to that. So we just found those stairs, hoping to get there. Definitely when you hike, you need to think about that. If you go higher, it's going to get cooler, so just bring an extra layer just in case. Look at the view, guys. It's so pretty. It's definitely worth the hike, even though like I definitely recommend you to make some stops along the line and just wear comfortable shoes, but otherwise it's so pretty. again. So we are back at the hotel and we are really tired, but we had a really delicious dinner. And like, the place is, I think it's owned by like a grandpa and grandma, and they were so sweet, and the food was amazing. So definitely, if you're in Sedong, just go by their place. Like, they were so friendly and so happy just to like see us, so it made us feel really welcome. But otherwise, for the Namsan Trail, we really started at the beginning. So when we got to Dongguk University, like at this stop, we didn't know that it was like literally at the bottom of the trail, and that we would need to go up the whole thing.
Kilometers and kilometers. But overall, in the beginning, the trail was fine. Like, we didn't have a lot of stairs. It was just going up. And then at a certain point, it went down. And I was like, well, that's weird because we were supposed to go to the tower. Why are we going down? And then we were just like following signs. And it was so weird because at one moment, it would show us 1.5 kilometers. We would walk that. And then suddenly, when we would go down, that's when it would show us that we have still 2 kilometers
left.
left.
Like a new sign appeared by like we had over 2 kilometers left, and it looked like maybe some people were coming from that side, and so
that's why the numbers were different. But it just felt like we were going forever and forever, especially whenever we had to go down, because it felt like a waste of effort because we just went all the way up to go all the way down. So we actually went almost like around with this like trail, and that's when we got to the stairs. And so some people were actually starting there.
But what's another thing that's good about the trail is like you also have like a few spots where you can go to the restroom, so it's not like you just need to go to the top to actually go and like to the restroom. So that was super nice. And you also had a lot of benches along the trail, so we definitely stopped at a few because we, as I said, overestimated ourselves because we were exhausted by the point we just got to the trail, and here we started going up, and I was like, well, Vicky, we need to stop on a few of them because I just couldn't walk anymore.
And I think we had even more benches when we got to the stairs.
So you have like a flight of stairs, and then you have a few benches, and actually I was
with
like,
a nice view.
With a nice view, yeah. So it wasn't like you just sit there and wait. No, it's like we just chatted and just looked at the view, which was really nice. And actually a lot of people stopped. So if you feel like pressured by ajumas or grandpas walking by, don't feel pressured because a lot of them were also sitting with us. So,
and I cannot say that the way we went was easier, because even though it wasn't stairs, it was just like a nice road, we still had a lot of ups and downs. But the people that started with the stairs, they had way more stairs than we did. So I guess it kind of depends on what you prefer.
Yeah, because once we like on the way back, we kind of found like kind of a shortcut to like the trail, but you had definitely more stairs. So I feel like this few like flight of stairs we kind of skipped them because we were walking on the trail, so it really depends. But it was like from another side, so I don't know exactly where, but it was closer to the cable car. So like this flight of stairs was closer to that location, so I don't know, we just started from a different side, I guess.
And overall it was really nice. However, it was super windy, of course, because we were going up, and it was way cooler as well. So be aware that if you do this trail, to put some layers on.
Yeah, because I had like
also a beanie.
I had my scarf and my beanie, and I was so grateful because it was super windy. And I think like even if you were like you would go in the summer, because you just go up,
just
like,
have a small jacket.
Yeah, a small jacket or like a sweater, because you don't want to get cold while you're like going up. But otherwise, like the view was super nice. You had so many like lockers. Do you call it lockers?
Locks.
Sorry, but you had so many locks, and it was really pretty. And
some were super old.
Yeah, and so it was nice because we went through some of them, and I think one of them was from like 2016, so that was a while back. And like we bought a lock for ourselves and our family, but you had also like just friends, so it's not like just a couple lock thing. You can like a lot of friends were
if you
doing
want
that.
to put a lock, you can put a lock.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we paid for the lock 10,001.
10,001.
Yeah, 10,001. I'm
10,001.
just like kind of translating to years, but yeah, so it was 10,001. So I know that some people said that you can buy
at Daiso for cheaper.
But be aware that the bars are quite thick, so your lock has to be long, because if not you won't be able to close it. So if you decide to buy a lock somewhere else, just be aware that you need a quite long one.
And so far it was like far way back, because by that point we were
dead.
Honestly, I was like, if we need to go back down, I'm
Honestly,
gonna cry.
you could tell that we are tourists, because most of the people that use the stairs or were on a trail were foreigners. We met more Koreans, but we're actually going down.
Yeah, so I guess like if going up for you is like a bit more challenging, take the cable car and then go back down. But it was such a nice hike, honestly, because like we didn't have any rain, the weather was nice, a bit chilly though because of the wind. But for the cable car, I think we paid, I think it was
12,001 each,
which I think it's cheaper if you go and buy like a round trip.
Yeah, it was 15,000.
But I still think like it's kind of affordable, especially it saves you some time and energy, especially if
and it's super pretty. You actually get a nice view, because there are some cable cars that, for example, in a tunnel, so you don't get to see anything. That's what happened to us when we went to Greece. We used a cable car. We thought that we would get an amazing view. The only view we got is the inside of the tunnel. But here you actually see the nature and all that stuff, so it's worth it.
Yeah, and so today was great. I think like I was really happy with the color analysis, and just like we went around a bit of our neighborhood, got to like shop some, like do some shopping, and then finish the day with like Namsan Tower.
We'll definitely do a more detailed video with what we bought. But I would say for me, the highlight in terms of like food, for me it was the mochi. As we mentioned, they just like did it in front of us. It was super fresh, and these strawberries were so good. I just understand how bland the strawberries are in Belgium, because this was another level of sweetness.
Yeah, that was really like I guess that's why you didn't need any like added sugar or anything, because like it was already so sweet, making it like super tasty. For me, like I think the highlight of the day was the view of Namsan Tower, because guys, that was on my bucket list for years. So just finally getting at the top and seeing like whole Seoul was absolutely amazing.
And I mean, we are now off season, so what I mean is that there are not green leaves or sakuras blooming. But I think it's so much brighter when something is blooming, when maybe you have some maple leaves or just like autumn leaves.
At the same time, I think like we were also lucky, because since like it's low season here in like mid-March, you didn't have as many people at the top, so we still could like get some pictures and just like have a nice look around without feeling like too crowded, which was great. But anyways, now we are going to rest, and tomorrow is going to be another fun day. So let's wrap it up today and see you tomorrow. Bye!